OpenAI just pulled off one of the biggest raises in tech history, $8.3 billion at a jaw-dropping $300 billion valuation. That's not just a funding round, that's a statement. The New York Times reports this deal is part of OpenAI's plan to secure a massive $40 billion this year. What's wild is the speed. This oversubscribed round closed months ahead of schedule, with investors racing to get a piece of the action. Back in March, OpenAI announced $2.5 billion led by SoftBank, aiming to raise the rest by year's end. But the AI boom is moving so fast, they beat their own timeline. Why? Because the numbers speak for themselves. OpenAI has reportedly hit $12 to $13 billion in annualized revenue, with projections of $20 billion by year-end. ChatGPT now has over 700 million weekly active users. Think about that, 700 million people using a product weekly. That's the kind of scale only a handful of platforms in history ever reach. Investors clearly see this as more than hype. Dragoneer Investment Group led the round with a staggering $2.8 billion check, joined by heavyweights like Blackstone, TPG, T. Rowe Price, Sequoia, Andreessen Horowitz, and Fidelity. Even early investors were squeezed out a bit so OpenAI could bring in new strategic backers. That says everything about demand. And with Microsoft in talks to deepen its ties, plus policy tailwinds like the Trump administration's AI action plan, OpenAI is positioning itself not just as a research lab, but as a full-scale for-profit AI powerhouse. If you're finding this breakdown useful, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I want to hear what you think about OpenAI's trajectory. And don't miss the related video in the corner where I break down how Apple is ramping its own AI investments. The AI race is accelerating. Stay tuned because this is only the beginning.